Well, here it is, about a month and a half later. I got my pond built here at the pond. I didn't take any progress videos just because it took so long for me. Just doing it here on the evenings and on the weekends with my backhoe. Pretty much dug every bit of it with the backhoe. Had the mini excavator here a little bit to kind of help with the edges, but pretty much from, I guess you would say, that ring right there to the bank, I finished all that with the backhoe. Pretty much all it was dug. I just used the mini to kind of grade and pack the dam in. It got it was a little narrow up there. It was a little easier to do it with that, but as you can tell, I opened it all the way up here. I cleared up all that, thinned out the woods there, left a few trees. It ain't nothing pretty, but they give you a little shade and everything. Took all the topsoil, put it out there in the field. Most of the clay went towards building the dam, but I had about maybe 350-400 yards. I took it over there to the other field, scraped all the topsoil back, and put all the clay in there about 2.5, 3 foot deep, and put the topsoil back on top of it so I can get grass to grow. It was real wet. That clay is just real nasty dirt. You can tell it needs to be graded again. I threw out some seed just to kind of get it started. You can see all the deer been out here. But this fall I'm gonna come back and regrade everything. I just want to go ahead and get something growing on here now to kind of stabilize it and everything. Yeah, you can see it starting to come up. There's some of the old ashes starting to get a little green coming up. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It's probably about 3 foot deep up there in the head section, and it's right at about 7.5, 8 foot deep down here. Like I say, when I was digging it with the backhoe, I really didn't have my laser here till the last thing, and once I realized I was a little low, I had to keep piling up more dirt on the dam here, and it got a little bit narrower than I wanted it to. And it's still wide enough to get the tractor across, but it can be kind of tight. So I think this is about the narrowest point right here. We got a bunch of rain coming this evening, so I figured I'd come down here and take a video before it filled up. There's my overflow. It's just an old piece of pipe I got off of a job site. It's a 8-inch piece of PVC. It's got a T on it, and I capped the end of it off and poured concrete around it. 20-foot piece, and it's just going to discharge out here into the woods. There's another pond down there it'll flow to. But I was able to get a little bit of topsoil drug out here. You can drive on about 3 times with the tractor and it'll start leaving about 6-inch ruts. So let it weather throughout the rest of the summer and this fall. When it dries out, hopefully it'll be full by then. It'll harden up. I got it about 2 foot higher than the water, so it'll get hard on top there for a good 8 to 10 inches, I'd say, maybe a foot. But that is the pond. It's a bunch of scoops with the backhoe. I think I got right at 100 hours here between clearing and digging and moving dirt, so I guess you can say it's not too bad considering, but it was definitely a lot of work. But I'm happy with it. I'll go ahead and get an update video whenever it fills up. You know, it'll probably take a 2.5, 3 inch good rain to fill it up. I don't want a big downpour because it'll wash everything so bad. So if we can get about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch rain a day, that'll be nice. Fill this right up. Got probably 20 or 30 acres of watershed up there in the woods, so it's got a good little runoff amount. So hopefully, I haven't figured out where I'm going to cut the spillway in yet. I'm going to let it fill up just in case when we do get a big flood. I don't know if all that can take that much water. I may go over here, somewhere over there, and just cut a little swell down about a foot lower. Since I got it 2 foot higher, I may go, it might not be quite 2 foot right there, maybe 8 or 10 inches above that pipe, which would be about a foot down from the top of the dam. Cut me a little swell, that way it can run through there versus going over the dam and possibly busting it. So there it is. a little farm pond. I'd say it's close to a 1/4 acre.